creations alive, dreams retold, the hum of the machine, the beat of the night. Tim hosts the spark, the guiding light. Electric vibes, hands to the keys, chats alive, riding the breeze from the firm roots to the rising stars. Subscribers and visitors, here you are. Welcome to the stream. Hearts collide. Hanging with Tim on a Sunday ride. Community strong. Let the love flow. With 3D Canada, let's start the show.
And welcome everybody. What is happening? That should not be there. Boom. Hey, welcome to Do It 3D Canada, everybody. I'm Tim. This is my Live at 5 Sunday night show. I'm glad you're all here and could join me. And let's just see who's in chat. I think there's been a little bit of chatter going on in chat. Oh my goodness, I got to go way back. Pascal Coleman said he can't stick around, which I understand. 1 o'clock in Europe, my God, you're going to be crazy to stick around and try and keep up with me. That's crazy. No, anyways, I appreciate the fact that you're watching them after the fact. Jerry is here as always. Jerry 3DHP. Jerry, thank you for being here. Wiki Central's here. Missed the hand. Oh, there we go. Rob H is here. Kilroy. Hey, Kilroy. I popped on your stream for a little bit today. Bill is here. 3D Photo Fab. Mike is here. Zybertech. Who am I missing? Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. Scrolling. Ranch Kid's here. Hello, Ranch Kid. Andrew Visley. Techno Bill, I think I did say hi. Betty Boop. Hello, Betty Boop. Welcome. Always here. Nice to see ya. Tuxedo is here. Nick is here. And I don't want to miss anybody because I don't want anybody to feel insulted. Rob H, I think I already said hi, but that's okay. Guy the Jedi. There's Tuxedo again. There's another CG is here. Raj D is here. Cosbricks is here. Mark Flanagan. Hello, Mark. And Jack Faxon. And who else? I think I'm caught up. I think I am caught up. Woo-hoo-hoo. So anyways, welcome. Did you guys notice the, and I think Jerry, HVAC A to Z, Sergio, you're here. And I think Jerry called. Did you guys notice the, hang on, let me move my hand boost out of the way here. Did you guys notice that camera placement? And I think Jerry called it and said, you watch, Tim's going to have a camera somewhere where we can watch inside the laser. Look at that. Anyways, I had to. I had a spare one. Actually, I have a spare few, so I thought I'll rig up so I can kind of get a camera in that laser. Why not? Why not, right? So, a few things, housekeeping things, I suppose. We have changed, as you notice, the name of the channel. I didn't want my channel name to basically tie me into strictly 3D now that I'm sort of getting heavily into laser and becoming what Russ Gare calls a wood nerd, I guess, if you want to call that wood, and maybe an acrylic nerd, because we have some, if you notice, we have some transparent acrylic here this week. We have a lot of transparent acrylic here this week, from thick to thin. Thin 3mm and 4.5mm. We're going to try some fun stuff on today. What are we burning today? Hopefully not the house, Tuxedo. So, and as you probably did notice too, and maybe some of you didn't notice, but I will show you the image here. Oh, hang on. I did change my logo up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking. But this is going to be the new look for the DeWitt logo moving forward. There's going to be a little bit of tweaking going on, but I just wanted to encompass all, keep the Canadian aspect there, as well as the fact that I do 3D and I do laser, and of course I love my little DeWitt man, so I had to keep him there. So that's kind of where we're going moving forward with the logo. As I say, there's a little bit of tweaking going to go on with that, but that's going to be the gist of it right there. So that is another thing that's going on. Russ says wood nerd is a good thing. Speaking of wood nerd and Russ, hey Russ, how are you? Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday, but we had a full day yesterday and we had a full morning this morning. Just enough room at the bottom to add CNC, says Bill. You know, Bill, I had a CNC machine in here. It was one of those, I don't even remember the name of it now. Jerry's got one, I think, similar or the same brand I had, but it was too much to keep up with everything. So maybe down the road, hey, it'll happen. You never know. We'll see. So what I want to do first is I want to try. I have tried a few things on the clear acrylic already, but I want to try a few more things and actually show you guys how this clear acrylic cuts on the CO2 laser, which is really good. Looks like we have 29 people. Speaking of housekeeping, before I forget, right up in the corner of chat, right there, probably right about there, there's a pinned message. Go ahead and enter your information to win some Polymaker Filament. I know Kilroy was having an issue, and Kilroy, I'm going to address that tomorrow for you. We will get that taken care of, no problem. But go ahead and enter to win some Polymaker. There's also a link down in the chat. If you guys are at all interested, or anybody watching this video after the fact is all interested in getting a relatively decent price CO2 laser and a relatively very nice diode laser, there are links in the description. I am affiliates of these companies, and you will get some discounts. There's links in the description to XTool, to Monport. They're affiliate links. They help me out, and they give you a little bit of a discount if you're interested at all. So there we go. Can win 2 times in a row, right? Okay, I'll enter, and I'm not. There's no limit to how many times you can win. If you're lucky enough to win 2 times in a row, buy a lottery ticket. I do not restrict winning 2 weeks in a row. Now, if you win 3 weeks in a row, people might say, what's going on there? You know, whose pockets are being padded? But that's like lightning striking twice, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. You'd have to be very, very lucky. I'm missing some of this chat here. I saw something about somebody's brain. Oh, you're starting to see uncertainty this week, keeping your brain engaged. Ah, okay. Well, that's always good. Did you get the USB comm taken care of? Okay, good. Thank you for asking that, Cause. I did and I didn't. I did and I didn't. So let me, where's my little camera? This is my little camera here. Let me show you what I've got done here. I'm still getting, let me move this out of the way. Doop, doop, there we go. I've got my 2 lasers working fine now. So what I've done is I took a powered, not a powered, but I took a USB 3. It's sitting at the top of the computer right there. I've run that cable down and I've run it over. Oops, it helps if I show you the camera. It really helps if I show you the camera. I've taken that a USB extension cable, and it's made to be an extension cable. It's not just your standard cable. I've run it from the computer over there out of the top, and I run it down around the sides and then into this powered, I don't have much light over here yet, but into this powered USB hub. And then from this USB hub, I'm running to my 2 lasers, okay? And I'm also running to the camera that's inside the CO2 laser. I'm running to those. So since I did that, everything's working fine as far as the lasers go. Okay, but, and I've got nothing else plugged. The only other thing I have plugged into the computer for USBs is one more camera that is sitting on top of the computer right there on that little tripod. You can see the green light on the camera. It's the only thing I got on there. Now that camera's not letting me show it on OBS, so that may be the issue, perhaps, the USB port that's plugged into. I haven't investigated any further on that yet. But that being said, the lasers are running fine. But, oh, that's pretty freaky, isn't it? But I'm still getting this error. Unknown configuration, unknown USB device, configuration descriptor, request failed. I uninstall the device. Everything's peachy keen. Nothing is too funky, nothing is too weird. So anyways, I still got a little bit of investigating to go. I've got 4 USB ports on the back here. I've tested those. They power up a device. So in other words, if I plug a camera in, the camera powers up and that's about it, but they will not provide data from that device. So my main concern was getting the lasers working with it without any interruption. That seems to be working fine right now. So yeah, that seems to be working fine. Okay, without any further ado, let's go ahead and burn some clear acrylic and try something. So first thing I'm going to do, I just did a few little things here just so I could kind of cheat in advance, so I kind of could get my settings. I did do a little engrave on with the little moose guys. You guys remember this guy from last week? The little moose and goose. I engraved that. I cut out a couple little things just so I could have an idea, so that we have some success this week. So yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is just peel. Now you don't have to. I actually cut out a nice little square here without peeling the time for a new computer. It is a new computer. It's still under warranty, so I don't know how long the place would take to look at it, but I would have to basically bring it in, let them have a look at it, and I may just do that. So, but I'd like to do it on a Monday, hopefully to get it back by the Friday, so I have it for the weekend. So, but you can cut this clear acrylic without removing the paper, and it does just fine. I did a test on that, but I'm going to remove the paper anyways because it's going to be easier to see what I'm doing. This acrylic is a little bit big for this CO2 laser, but this is the smallest size sheet I could get it cut to. I am going to work on getting some custom size sheets. I can get acrylic wholesale because I have a sign company. So I can get this cast 3mm acrylic wholesale. And then I have a colleague that has a CNC table, a big CNC table that can cut the acrylic to any size I want. So are you guys getting buffering issues, or is it just Jerry? I don't know. Is anybody else having issues buffer-wise? I'm not in the buff, but if you're having buffering issues, hey, Timor714, you did make it. And we're going to peel that off. There we go. We have some nice clear acrylic. So clear you'd never know I was behind it other than the darn reflections. Okay, so I've got another camera here, which I'm using as a floating camera. Now, my 3 main cameras, just so you guys know, Big Bad Joe, $5. Thank you so much towards my laser supplies. I appreciate that. You just want me to go, super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, Big Bad Joe. I appreciate that. That is so nice. So, just so you know that the cameras aren't taxing, the main camera you're looking at me on here, this camera that's on my desktop, and this camera are all being powered by, they're all HDMI, and they're all being powered through the A10 Mini right here. So these are not taxing anything on the camera. These are all coming through the A10 Mini. The only thing going to the computer from the A10 is this USB cord, which allows me to do A10 Mini stuff on the computer. So yeah, so those are not taxing my computer. So those cameras are not giving me errors because they're all HDMI. So there we go. What's going on here? Thanks be me then. Yeah, hopefully you fix that out. Hopefully you can fix that, Jerry. So I'm going to set this camera up. Let me pop that to number 3 so I can see it on my screen. And I'm going to set this camera up so you can see me setting up what I'm setting up in here. Actually, it's better if I come around this side of the wire because I have a habit of tripping over wires. So I'm going to just fire that down here. There we go. And I'm going to just kind of aim that right in there. And we're going to zoom that out. And I'm just going to align this camera so you guys get a good look in here when I'm doing what I'm doing. And there we go. That looks like it's pretty much focused right about there. But we'll figure that out. We're going to turn this printer on. So the view you'll get from that one is going to look something like that. So that gives you an idea. You'll be able to see what I'm throwing in there. And I did learn something new about this CO2 as well. Live and learn for everything, right? Actually, let's turn that off right now for now, because we're going to do a quick design up here. I'm just going to do, all I'm going to do right now is just do a quick little key tag with my name on it. Just to, just to actually do a quick test cut on this stuff with a little keychain, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'll make whatever I want. Chiller. Hey, don't need the chiller right now. I've got that covered. I have that covered, and I'll show you. So we're going to go into Lightburn. We're going to go into Lightburn and watch. Just watch. This is cool. Here, I'm going to share the display. Okay, we're in Lightburn, right? I'll do that, but I'll just show you what I got, what I did. What I found, we have a shape, right? Let's go start. Oh, look. Turn on chiller. Turn on ventilation fan. Make sure proper flapper is open. We have a reminder, so I'll say no now because I'm not going to burn it. So yes, I have all the reminders in place. All the required reminders. So really quickly, I'm just going to whip up a keychain here. What's the maximum sheet size you can fit in the laser? The maximum size for the maximum size that they recommend is 8 inches by 12 inches. That's a 200 by 300 millimeter, I believe. This stuff that I have, that I got, was 12 by 12. So that's why I'm going to be cutting. You guys are cringe because, why are you cutting out of the middle of the sheet when you should go to the edges? Because I can't get to the edges on this. These are just basically, this is my test pile, or I can run little things out of it, but I'm only going to be able to get so far. What I will likely do is probably eventually take this out to my garage, run it through the table saw, and slice these in half. But for now, we're just going to use a big sheet, and we're going to just cut out wherever we have to cut out based on what we can do. And I've got to do some more configuration inside of this, which will allow me to access more of this larger sheet. But until then, we're just going to go with what we have. Hey, 3D Medic Vince, good evening. So I'm going to just do a quick little thing here. We're going to just do some type here. I'm going to type in my name in this really cool font that I found called Farmhouse Pumpkin. And I know it's not Halloween, but I am going to use the pumpkin font. So there's my name. There's my name. It's the name my mama gave me. It's the name I'm going to stick with. We are in orange. I'm going to use orange for my fill. So I'm going to take my name here. I am going to outline my name. This is not a lesson in Lightburn, trust me, because I am still learning Lightburn. But I'm going to take my name. I'm going to give it an outline 3-4 millimeters, maybe 5. No, that's a bit big. I'm going to go 4 millimeter outline for it. I'm going to go outward round, outer shapes only. I'm going to go OK. My father was French. I don't speak a word of French other than voila. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. My French is very limited. So we're going to then go ahead and take that. That is going to be a cut layer. We're going to move that to black. Okay, and I'm going to draw a little circle over here. Probably, that doesn't matter where. I'm just going to draw a little circle right maybe about there. I'm going to move this little circle in, and I'm going to outline that circle. And we're going to outline that circle for, let's say 5, as long as I'm intersecting there, we'll go OK. I'm going to select the, I keep forgetting I got to hit escape. I'm going to select the circle in that outline. I'm going to unite them. So there we have, that's probably a little big, but I don't care. This is just a test piece. So that's going to be the key link where the key thing loop thing goes through. I might have gone a little bit bigger on the outline around my name, but that's okay. So, excuse me, bonjour, comment ça va? Voilà la classe à l'école. Il est 8h30. That's all the stuff I learned in French class. Anyway, so we're going to do our fill. Our fill, I've decided we're going to do 20% at 100, which seems to be pretty good. We don't want the air assist on the fill, I don't believe. I think it was. It doesn't matter. I can tell it to say, don't start speaking French to me. I'm not ça va bien. Ça va bien. That's something about being in a cave, right? That's the extent of my French, you guys. Anyways, even if I turn air assist off, this laser does not allow air assist on or off. It's constantly on. The air is always on, but it's not a very huge puff of air. That's one of the, if I have to mention a weakness of this laser for sure, it is that it does need a higher powered, higher pressure air assist. But it still works. It just, it just doesn't work as well as those with a higher power air assist. So we're going to leave the engraving at that. The cutting, we're going to go 50% at 10 millimeters per second with 2 passes. We're going to go okay. So there's my quick little, and if we do a window preview, boom, that's what we're looking at. We're going to engrave my name, and then we're going to cut out the acrylic around my name and create this cute little keychain. But the one thing I do want to do on this is I want to take my name, and I want to take this whole, actually, yeah, I want to take this whole thing and I want to mirror it because we want to have the name show through the acrylic. So we want to basically engrave on the back side of the acrylic so that the name shows through the front, basically is what we're doing. Similar to what we did last week for that, little light thing we did that we tried last week that failed most of the way through. So, okay, so we're going to stand up here. So now I'm going to say, okay, I'm ready to go, but we're going to do the framing and everything. So let's get the framing going. Let's switch to the cool camera, the cool kids camera. And this one right here. There we go. So first thing I got to do is I need to remove this little doomer thingy that's inside here. And I don't have any fingernails, so I'm just going to grab this ruler and remove this so that we can actually shoot through here so that when we cut it, we're not bouncing back from the metal. We'll throw our piece of clear acrylic in here. See, it just barely fits in here, so I'm going to throw it in and I'm going to try and cut just down in this corner so that we have as little waste as possible. Once I get rid of this whole interior bed and get a different setup, then we'll have a bigger area where we can actually cut out of. So, hey Ladybug, how are you? Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to keep an eye on chat a little bit better on tonight's stream, but hey, I don't think I'm going to do anything that's going to require people to say stop. So anyways, so let's go ahead. I'm going to move, just picture me in Lightburn. I'm moving the keychain down towards the left. We're going to home the printer. I got to turn the printer on before I do anything. Let's turn the printer on. We're going to get loud in here. We're going to get loud. You won't have to remind me of everything. Trust me, of anything. Okay, so we're going to make sure the printer's homed, which it is. We're homed. It's going to home again. It does a very slow X home. There we go. Now we're going to frame. Let's see where we frame here. And we're not quite framed where we want to be. We're close. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit more. Maybe right about there. Let's frame. And we just got to go up a little higher for the framing. Okay, so we're going to go up a little higher. And I'm going to frame here. Let's just go and over to the right a little bit more. And we're going to go pop it over and let's try one more. This should be good. Over a little bit more to the right. 2 more should do. Yeah, that'll do right there. Perfect. It's not loud for us. Your mic does a good job. Oh, good, good, good. So the Tim, stop. Who said that? I just saw that. Who said that? Tim, stop. The wrench kid. What happens if the laser cuts the acrylic in a spot where the metal frame is directly underneath? Would it damage the metal? I don't think it'll damage the metal. I haven't tried. I could try it. I think it might mark the metal a little bit, but wow, the thing that's going to have The thing that would happen the most is you'd get flashback and it would damage the bottom of the acrylic, is my guess. I haven't tried it. I could try that for fun, but we won't do that right now. So, okay, so now I'm framed, I'm fine. I'm going to close this up. Now that inside camera, there's one little, actually, I'm going to do something different. Actually, hold on. I'm going to cut this a little further up because you won't be able to see this because the way that I got the camera inside this thing set, it's not going to let you see it, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm going to reframe this. I'm going to reframe this a little higher on that sheet. Okay, we're going to go a little bit lower. Actually, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And we're going a little bit lower, and let's see. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. There we go, that's better. Okay, so now we're framed. We're going to go over here. And what happens if, okay, there we go. So now I'm ready to go. We're going to close the lid of the printer. We're going to, and it's like, I'm just going to go, hey, I'm ready to print. Okay, let's say start. Oh, then this is what we got. This is perfect. Turn on the chiller. Let's turn on the chiller. Because I forgot to turn the chiller on. Chiller's on. Turn on ventilation fan. Duh. You know why? Because I did. I was using the S1, so I need to switch the ventilation fan. Open up the CO2, shut down the diode. Ventilation fan's taken care of. And then it says, make sure proper flapper is open. It is. Turn on ventilation fan. So let's turn on our fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We turn it on high speed 10. And then I can say yes, and it'll start to go. I'll show you why I moved that up, because if we go to the inside camera now, what happens is you can see the X gantry is going to come up and block the camera because the camera is sitting in a hole outside of the actual chamber. So let's go ahead. This will be a first time I've shown this view live of a job actually running. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So now we're etching. It's not a bad view, actually. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just use the camera I had on handbill, and it seems to work. So we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, you get a better view of the camera than you do looking through the lid of the actual printer, of the laser. So we're going to etch, and then we're going to do 2 passes to cut. Let's see. It's not a bad view at all. But yeah, if I came up forward any more towards the front of the acrylic, the X gantry would have blocked the view. It's actually doing pretty good. Oh, and I didn't, I forgot to show you the focusing. Remember I was stacking wood and I was like putting wood up to make sure my focus, well, that's silly me. This laser head is an adjustable focus laser head. You loosen the collar, you lift your laser head, lower your laser head to the focusing distance you need, you tighten your collar, you're done. So another thing I learned, I didn't have to be stacking wood on top of wood to get the proper focal distance. So there's another thing we learned. Hey Zio, I'm just going to call you Zio. Hey Zio Shizi, Zio Shizi1. Zio Shizi1. Once you say it a couple times, it's good. From Belgium, wow. It is late for you. Thank you so much for being here. Look at that, there we go. Is that, oh, this should be good. We're almost, another few seconds we'll be doing the cutting. I'm loving lasering acrylic. 1:30 a.m. Zio. Wow. Early, he says. That's late. What do you? Well, you should be maybe you're. I don't know. Like you're here instead of sleeping. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was impractical. There we go. Here goes the cutting. Look at that. There goes the cutting. Now you might not have seen that, but that little hole did fall. I believe it did fall through. But what'll happen when this gets around to its second round of cutting, you should see that key tag fall right out. So there's round one. Now I could increase the power, slow it down, and cut it out in one pass, but I did read a few places that recommended to get the cleanest of edge, you want to maybe go 2 passes, not necessarily as high a power, because of course you're melting the acrylic is what you're doing here, in a sense. And now this, if I'm correct, that should just fall out any second here. Let's just see. Come on, fall out. Don't prove me wrong. It did. It just fell out. Look at that. Perfect. Getting you hooked on lasers. Well, Bill, check out the link in my description if you do want to get a Monport laser. It's a great low price introductory laser to get. So, okay, so we'll let that smoke clear out of there for a minute. We'll just let that smoke clear out of there for a minute. We'll go off to our other camera, which is this guy here. We'll open this up, and there we go. There is our keychain that fell through. There we go. Hard to see on this camera, but that worked out okay. So I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to switch to my close-up camera. Now we do have some cleanup to do on it. Now this will be the interesting thing to see how well the cleanup goes. But so there's the engrave. The cut is nice. I'm still having that little bit of a, or am I? Hang on. Yeah, there's still a little bit of an angle cut on the one side. That is very bright. Is that? Oh no, it just must be my screen. But there's still a little bit of an angle cut happening. I'm not sure why. But then if you look through the other side, whoops, from the front, yeah, that's way too, whoa, slippery, slippery. I made the key ring hole way too big. But as I say, this was just for testing purposes. Actually, if I put something behind it, it'll be a lot easier to see that engrave, how clean that engrave came out. So I'm going to try and see. I think I need to wipe this off. I'm going to use a damp cloth. I happen to have pre-dampened cloths here. We're going to use a damp cloth and wipe this off. Of course, a lint-free cloth that I'm not going to scratch it with. Now I got a dry one. And we'll just pat it off. Very bright. Yeah, okay, I'll have to tone that down a bit. Okay, so we do have an issue, and this could be with the air assist. I'm not sure. Anybody who's out there that's a acrylic pro will tell me. Let me darken this camera a bit. Let's see if I can get this camera a little darker. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Oh, you can. I think that's better now. So you see how there's a little bit of a. So that's the side that wasn't burned. It cut really nice. Okay, it cut really nice. Now the side that was burned, you can see how there's like the little, almost like a little powder left behind. Now to me, I would think to me that that is because we're either using air and we shouldn't be, or we're not using enough air and we should be using more air. So any ideas for that, you guys? Add an LED border, but where to put the battery and the switch on the keychain. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm just not sure about the little bit of the it's like the flash burning. Now if I cut, I'm going to try one more thing with this. I'm going to try a piece without removing the paper. And I'm going to see if I get the similar result without removing the paper, or if that little, I'm calling it flashing on the front, because that's that little cloudy area. I want to see if that'll go away if I remove the paper, if I keep the paper on. With the paper on, does it avoid making it dull? See, Low Sync is just asking me the same thing. So we're going to try that. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that. So we have this one. It cut successfully. It's beautiful. Nice clean edges. Other than that little bit of an angle we talked about last week, and I need to contact Monport maybe and say, any idea why this is happening? I checked my mirrors this week again. My mirrors are spot on. I took them all. I cleaned my lens. I cleaned the laser lens, made sure it was the right way up, all that stuff. But we're still getting that a little bit. Use paper just like like you mask wood. Smoke settling down in the acrylic, leave the paper on will prevent. Okay, there we go. Yeah, flashing. Okay, well, let's try one with the paper on, and we'll see. We'll see. You always read, and you got to kind of, I guess you got to kind of take it. I always try stuff for myself. I look on YouTube to learn and read things from other people. But people always say, and even the laser companies are saying, peel the paper off before you use it. You don't necessarily have to. And hey, as 3D Medic Vince says, when you get things laser cut or acrylic print parts, now I get acrylic parts usually CNC'd. I can see you leave the paper on there for sure. Lasering, I'm not 100% sure, but let's try it. I've got one here with paper on it. We're going to try it. Oops, I was going to switch that camera. So we'll pull the clear one out, and we'll put the clear one here, and we'll put the paper one here like so. Now I don't know. I'll use the same positioning we had before. I don't know if I need to increase my engraving power at all, but let's try it without touching any settings and see what happens. So I can close my lid and shut my trap yap. Frog tape. Well, interesting you said that, another CG, because there's another thing we can try. Actually, let's do that first. Let's do that first. CG, thank you for saying that. That kind of triggered me as to what I want to do. Let's do that first. Let's take this clear acrylic that we had. Let's grab right here. Being in the sign business, I happen to have access to a masking tape. This is the same tape you use to mask vinyl. Let's take a piece of this. Let's slice a piece of this off. There we go. And hang on, let me go grab, no, I don't need, I had a squeegee over there, but we don't need no damn squeegees. Let's take a piece of this, let's put it on the acrylic. I'll just have to move that to the front a little bit here. So let's go ahead and put this on the acrylic here. Because the back side wasn't the issue. Let's just make sure. There we go. So we'll acrylic on this over top of this masking tape. It's not as thick as the stuff that's on there right now. So let's see what this does. Yeah, you're almost sure. I'm sure it will too. Hey John, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're going to put this on. Let me switch over to this camera. There we go. And we're going to come a little bit further ahead on it. So just so I know, that's where the other one we cut was, right there. So I'm going to move the artwork down about the same length as the keychain is. Right about there, and let's frame that up and see what happens. Ooh, that's a little close. So we'll move it down just another down arrow thing. That's going to be close enough. We'll shut this off. And again, on our display, we're going to go ahead and tell it to start, and it's going to give me my reminders again. My chiller's on, my ventilation fan is on, and I do have the proper flapper open. So we're going to go ahead and say yes. Oops, let's get you the inside camera. There we go. And we're going to say yes, and we're going to go. See, there's what I mean. That X gantry is in the way where the camera is, so there's really nothing to see here, folks, because you know that was my. I couldn't put the camera inside the chamber because the chamber, it's a little. The one that's in there is the. Why can't I remember the name? Anyways, the cameras are too big to go in the chamber anywhere. What I need is one of those little Raspberry Pi cameras or something tiny like that. I'm working with what I had on hand for the moment, so that's why. Insta360 Link. It's an Insta360 Link camera that's inside there right now, which is why you can't see squat, other than you can see the top of the gantry going by. But there's a hole in the side that goes between the lasering chamber and the electronics. So that hole, well, the camera, actually, I could probably show you, because this can open during lasering. It's not letting any light out. I'll show you where I've put the camera in here. This one and this one. So you can see right there. That's the camera sitting right there pointing through the hole. I had to kind of rig it up and I ran the wire out through the vents on the side. But that's the camera there looking through that little hole in the side of it. So that's kind of what I did. Yeah, that's why we have that blockage. Hey, Brent Ferguson from Texas. One Raz, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. At least it's not burning. Exactly, it's not burning the camera. After we do this and we get this settled in, I do also have some 4.5 millimeter acrylic. I want to see, and this has a plastic layer on it. The 3 millimeter has paper, this has plastic. I think I would remove this. I don't know, I'll try with both maybe, but I'd be curious to see how well this cuts through, how well this laser cuts through that thicker stuff as well. I jerry-rigged it. Ah, good one, Jerry. You did call it. You said, watch, you'll have a camera in there eventually, because somebody had mentioned having a camera in there. But we'll figure out another way to get a camera in there. Now, the S1, I'd love to have a camera in here. Oh, speaking of that, while that other one's burning. Oh no, the other one's almost done. I'm not going to give anything away in there. Whew. Let's see. Okay, we're cutting now. So we're cutting, the first pass for cutting. Dum dum dum. And let's see what happens here. It's cutting. There's pass number 1. And we're just going through the second pass of cutting now. I don't think you'll be able to see anything yet. Oh, you can kind of see it. There we go. You can kind of see it. You should be able to see it fall through. Okay, once it gets back. We're just going to give you this view for now because that's all I've got. Is the plastic on the white? I don't know if it's laser proof. It'll be my first time using it. You should see it fall through. There we go. It fell through nice. Look at that. That's a beautiful sound when it does that. So we'll let that air out a little bit. Let's get all the toxic acrylic smoke out of there. Now I could have left the bottom paper on too in this case, right? I just peeled both sides because. So plastic on, well, this is actually clear. This is clear acrylic. Oops, sorry. Helps if I do this. This is actually clear acrylic with white plastic. White plastic covering the clear acrylic. This whole stack right here is clear acrylic. Acrylic fumes smell really bad. I can't smell a thing. This vent system I've got going here, for those that haven't seen it, some of you might not have seen what I got going here. Whoops. I've got a really loose camera here. Hang on. Tighten you up. There we go. For anybody that hasn't seen my camera or my vent system, right there, it's got a very powerful blow fan in there. That is actually a blow fan that was designed and used in grow ops, I guess, or grow tents. I got something on my lens here. I still got something on my lens. Anyways, that goes out the back window, all the way down to the backyard, all the way down to the backyard. And then I have that splitter there. One goes to the diode laser and the other one is going to the CO2 laser. There we go. So yeah, this thing vents out very well. You can't hear it, but it is a loud, loud fan. Okay, without further ado, I said doo-doo, we're gonna cut to this camera. Looks like submarine plumbing, awesome. Okay, so we'll open this up. We'll pop this out. And let's find our piece. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look at this now. So first glance, the back, perfectly clean. I can read my name. We haven't taken any tape off yet. Switch to this camera here. So there we go. You can kind of see my name is fine. This is the back. So let's peel off the tape and see what we get. Sounds like you're definitely a loud fan. Ah, there we go. I see what you mean. Okay, let's peel off the tape. For a guy with no fingernails, this might be interesting. Kids, don't bite your nails as you grow up. Okay, here. Well, here, let's cut to the camera and we'll just do the peeling. We'll do the peeling. This is very appealing to me. So yeah, definitely, oh yeah, absolutely engrave with the tape on. Look at the difference. Look how clear that is. Big difference. Look at that. And it engraved just fine. I just got to get the middle of the A and the middle of the O off. So let's go ahead and we'll just kind of, there we go, middle of the O, middle of the A. Don't try this at home. I'm very used to using these knives. Disclaimer, I cut myself quite often. There we go. Okay, so there it is. That looks really good. Other than I made way too big a hole for the key, but that for the thing, but that turned good. And if we turn it around, look at that. That is nice. I should have bolded the font, but that turned out really nice, clear. So there we go. So yes, the trick is leave the paper on or mask it with a pre-mask. So impeccable. No scratches, no. Although when you stick this on your keychain and start sticking it in your pocket or in your purse, you're going to get scratches. I have to pull double duty on the cheesy puns, Brent, if Andrew's on vacation. Okay, Brent. If Andrew's on vacation, you are the funny man. You're the clown in the house for tonight, I guess. Did I miss anything else in chat? Let's see. No. Peeling revealed. There we go. Good job. Weeding is fun. Oh, I weed vinyl all the time. Believe me, I'm used to weeding. Okay, so now I think what I want to do, this is good. I like this. I could actually, this is a sellable product. You can make custom keychains for somebody. Again, that little bit of a slight angle on the cutting has got me baffled. But I'm not going to let that stop me from moving on. So that's the 3mm acrylic. Okay, so here I'll show you the difference with leaving the paper on. Huge difference. Oh, here we go. And it did a very nice job in the engrave and a really nice job on the cutting. And that's what this machine excels at, is cutting clear acrylic. Huge difference. You can see the big difference right there. Paper on the bottom was taken off. On the top we masked it. And it's a major, major difference. Look at that. I can see clearly now. Okay, I won't sing. Okay, next I want to try 4.5mm acrylic. And I want to see if this thing can cut 4.5mm. Now I'm going to do a cut to start. I will try one without peeling the initial plastic. Now this stuff that's on here is extremely thin. It's very thin. So number one, we should be able to engrave through it. I don't know though, that might melt and cause an issue with the acrylic. Number two, it might melt and cause an issue with the acrylic. So there we go. I assume it can cut polycarbonate that might be more scratch resistant. I don't know, that's interesting. I'll have to try that. There are things that says not to cut. For those of you that know the sign business, there's a material called PVC, polyvinyl carbonate, which is what you just said. Well, polyvinyl carbonate versus polycarbonate. Now the PVC, or the, in other words, its generic name is, oh man, I can't remember. Anyways, apparently that's quite toxic to cut. So yeah, apparently that's quite toxic. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a test run. I'll do a little test square. I want to figure out how many passes it's going to take to cut through this. I will increase the percentage from 50 to 60, and I'll go 3 passes, and we'll see if we can just knock a block out of this. So let's just do that. Camera, there we go. So we'll pop this in here. Now we got to refocus. Now this is what I said for the focusing. Can you see that on camera? You can. So I'm always leery about the laser beam goes right through there from mirror to mirror. I am trusting this thing is not going to fire on its own, but I always like to keep my hand below mirror level if possible. So you see this retaining ring here. I loosen this retaining ring. That allows the head to go up and down, variable focus. So we'll grab our 8mm focus tool. And we will set it down on there. We'll tighten the head. Ow, that was nothing. That was just my hand spraying. And we'll pull it out. There we go. We're focused. We're focused the proper distance between there and there because we have a variable focal length lens, which I didn't know. And I should know. So now I can't see through this, so I'm just going to guess where I can cut a square out of this. So this might be one of those, this might answer the question, what happens if you hit the metal when you're cutting through, because I'm just going to guess where that opening is. So I'm just going to quickly go in here. I'm going to get rid of my name, by Tim. I'm going to make a square. Let's just cut a square. A rectangle, whatever. I'm just going to draw a little rectangle. Boom. I'm going to move the power from 50 to 60%. I'm going to increase it to three. Let's increase it to 4. It might cut at 3, it might cut at 2. So, and we are in line mode, yes, line mode. I don't want to do a material test. I think this is easy. I think this is easier. But I may do a material test, but we'll see. But I have a feeling based on my minute brain here, I have a feeling here down in this corner. I have a feeling in here that I can guess. I'm going to guess that at 60% power, this is going to cut through at 3 passes. Maybe 4, but we're going to set it to 4, but I think it's going to cut through at 3 passes. We'll see. So we'll go okay. Now we're going to frame. I'm going to just make sure here. I will switch back over to here. Da-da, boom, boom, and let's go back here. Oh, there we go. And we're going to frame it, see where it's going to cut. Oh, right in the middle? No, that's not going to do. Oh, I didn't home it. That's why. Let's home it first. Always have to home because I'm using what's called absolute coordinates because I don't really know anywhere else to use in Lightbird now until I learn a bit more. Now we'll frame. There we go. That's better. That is going to hit the edge though, so we're going to move that over a little bit. I'm going to move that over 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just drew a new square. Move that over 1, 2, 3. Let's frame it again. I think that'll work. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move it back so that the camera can see inside the chamber as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's frame this one now. Okay, I think we're good there. That little window looks like the old romper room. It does, doesn't it? I can see Timmy, I can see Jerry, I can see Brent. Okay, we're going to shut that up, and we're going to shut me up. We're going to switch to this camera. Ooh, that's a funky view if I ever saw one. And let's go ahead and start. And again, my warnings. I do have my chiller on. I do have my ventilation on. Let's go. Okay, pass number 1. Let's see when it falls. Okay, pass number 2. Here comes pass number 3. This is my prediction. No, pass number 4. Oh, 4th pass was a charm. Look at that. It worked on 4. Okay, let's let that air out a little bit here. We'll let that air out for a second. So 4 passes at, that was 60% power. And I was at 10 millimeters per second, 4 passes. And again, you probably get away with 3 passes, but yeah, when fall is in summer at 4. Huh? There we go, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and switcheroonie. Let's open it up. Let's pop this out. Again, this is 4.5 millimeter acrylic. And it cut through that. Oh man, it's clean. And here's the little piece that we cut. And let's go ahead and have a look. Now we still have that angle, which we're gonna work on that angle issue eventually. So here's the piece that it cut. The edges are not as clean and shiny as the edges, but let's just peel the let's go ahead and peel off the Oh, there was only, was that only on one side? The coating? Come on. Let's peel it off. Ah. Kids, don't bite your nails. There we go. Oh, there, yeah, it was only on one side. So there it is. So it did work. Now again, the edges are not as clean and glossy, so if you look at the edge of the 3mm, now if you look at the edges, just the edges alone, you can see we got sort of a foggy edge. Now I'm going to guess that that's either too slow. I'm going to say maybe that's, I don't know. Now would I want to go higher power and maybe only go 2 cuts at a higher power to get that edge to be maybe a little more shiny? Yeah. Measurements. Oh, I didn't even measure. Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't even measure to see how accurate the cutting is on this. I should actually. But you can see again, we have that slight, you can just see that slight angle there, right there. You can see how it cut that one edge at a slight angle. The other edges are good. Okay, and then you get to this edge and you can just see it's almost on an angle there, and I just don't know exactly what is going on with that. Try it. Yes, I will try it. Oh, absolutely, I'm going to put it in and try it. So we're going to go up, because I think 2 passes might give me a shinier edge. And we'll do a circle this time. So I'm going to put it back in. There's a little hole that I made right there. So it's a peephole. Okay, so stop it, Tim. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to, that angle thing's got me all, you know, whatever, but we'll figure that out. Let's move this in. Same idea. We'll go to the same spot. Oh, and come to think of it, that did cut through. No, it didn't cut through on the metal. Yes, it did. So all it did was char the metal a little bit here. I wonder if I can cut this in half here. Let's just see. No, I'm not going to bother with that right now. Okay. Oh, am I on the right side? Where's the side with the plastic? Okay. So this side doesn't have any plastic on it. Or does it? Hang, it feels like it does. It does too have plastic on it. Well, it's clear plastic. Hang on. So this still has a piece of plastic on it then. One side's got the white plastic, one side's got the clear. There, yeah, it does. It's got clear plastic on it. Look at that. Ah, okay. Ah, that, duh. It's not so cloudy anymore. It's nice and transparent. Look at that. It didn't look like it had anything on it because it was clear. Look at that. Much better. Are the angle kerf always on the same side? Oh, I've never paid attention to that, but it could very well be on the same side. Is there like an answer to what might be causing that? Maybe it had something to do with the edges turning out dull. It shouldn't have, but I think the speed. I'm going to try it just a little faster. We got lots of this stuff to play with. Okay, so let's put it in again here. Okay, at least now I can kind of see. It doesn't matter which side I've got up now, obviously, because they've both got a coating on them. That's going to prevent that bearing. I'm wondering if the angle cut is because the laser is not hitting the exact center of the final mirror. Then if the Y is closest to the secondary mirror, it's exaggerating angle. Well, when I did my mirror alignment tests, so in other words, I did a test. Well, let me show you, because we can do that while we're on here. And that's a very good point, because I do remember being told that angle, that laser hitting the center of that last mirror is critical. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on here. Let me turn this to this camera. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on this side where the beam is going into the mirror. This is real easy to do. Okay, then we're going to turn down the power on here. We're going to turn this power down, so I'm going to turn this down to about, I kind of know it about when it hits about 10 o'clock, it's a reasonable one. I'm going to turn away and I'm going to do a quick fire here. Let's see if that fired. It did. Okay, so now we'll pop that off. And I'm going to, oh, you know what, maybe not. I'm going to draw that circle real quick and then we'll show you where it's hitting. I'm not good at drawing circles, but this will give you an idea. So now if I go back here, you can kind of see my circle. Oh, come on. And that's where it's hitting on that last one. So we might be off center a hair. And do you think that would cause an angle? That would cause it to, you know what I mean? Hit it at an angle when it's actually cutting? Do you think that's possible? Because that's a real quick adjustment. Let's look at that one more time. I'm going to leave it on there this time. Get a little less power so I can get a smaller dot. Okay, there, we can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that on camera. Oh, well, here, hang on. Not sure if you can see that on camera. But the little indent, we're going to put this right out to the far side here. But you can see the little indent there. Okay, we're going to turn that power down a little bit more. We'll give it a fire. There we go. It just did fire. Now let's look. And that's pretty close to center. Here, let me bring this other camera over and show you where it's firing. Yeah, this one. Okay, and then look. And I know I'm on an angle, but there we go. It's not dead center. Okay, if I look, hang on, if I'm being honest, it's hard for me to hold this, so forgive me. If I'm being honest, it's a little low and a little right. You know what I mean? It's a little low and a little right. Now the only way to get that better, this is the final mirror. The only way to adjust that to get more towards the center of the mirror, and see, it's not that far off. So I gotta put this down. This camera's getting heavy, dude. The only way to adjust that beam, all the mirrors are aligned. The only way to adjust that beam to get more towards the center is for me to adjust the tube. Okay, our mirrors are all aligned. To center that further, I have to fine tune the tube itself to get to the middle of that mirror. I don't want to be adjusting any more mirrors itself, otherwise I throw everything out of whack. So that's something I won't do right now, but that could be the issue. It's possible. Cut up to 1.5 inches of steel, wow. Anyways, so we know it's not 100% center, that could be the issue, but I will have to, I mean, that's so close, but yeah, it could go up and to the right just a little, but I'm not going to really pull that out right now and play with the tube right now. So, because that's a, when you're adjusting the tube itself, they're very minor adjustments, and there's a lot of back and forth to doing that, as you guys who watched the video saw. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go back and continue off. We're going to crank this power right up full again, but we never turn it up to 100% in light burn. So I'm going to try that same cut. I'll do a little bigger piece. The test here is to see if it cuts through cleaner on the edges at a higher power. So let's go 70%. Let's go 75. We'll keep the speed there, but we'll go 2 passes. Well, we'll go 3 passes, see if it cuts through it too. Okay, let's see if that happens. If that was the cause, it would get worse as the final mirror went further to the right. So I think it would be the worst the further away it goes from the secondary. Huh. Yeah, yeah. It is coming out dead center on the bottom of the lens. I have tested that as well. Okay, oh, let me frame that before I make any assumptions here. Okay, let me go ahead and home. Let me go home. Okay, let's see where we're going to frame to. I can live with that. Maybe go up a little higher. No. We are in the opening. No, we got to come down a little bit more to get in the opening. We're going to come down. Let's try that. There we are. We're in the opening now. Okay. Let's shut her up. Raj D, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Good night. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go back to this guy. We've already focused. So we're doing 75%, 10 speed, and 2 passes. I've set it for 3 passes. It might go through in 2. Here we go. And yes, everything's turned on. There we go. So here comes pass number 1. Here comes pass number 2. Come on, drop, 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 drop. Oh, not quite. Pass number 3. It should drop after 3 though with that power increase. It just dropped. 2 passes almost would have done it. Look at that. Would have almost finished at 2 passes. Okay. It is hard to tell from that. Let's grab the piece. It definitely looks a little cleaner on the edges. Still a bit foggy. And we still have that kerf, that angle. Let's see, that is coming out. Let's cut to this. So this was in this way, so that angle is on. Did that come out like that? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where that is cutting that angle. It's right there. So it's cutting it on the x-axis on this, or it's cutting it on the y on the right-hand side. That's where it's doing the angle for sure. So that was going in like this. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, that's a problem we'll have to figure out. Let's peel these off and see how they look. Yeah. But I guess the question is how to fix it now. Maybe it is that laser alignment. Maybe it's not. We'll figure it out. I just want to get this off, and then we'll engrave a piece next. Now that we got the cutting pretty much down, that one, and okay, make a note. What cut is the one on the angle? What direction is the laser moving? Does it angle in or out when looking down? Interesting. Okay. Oh, but that's interesting. It gave me a sawtooth edge on the cut here for some reason. I have one edge that didn't cut quite clean. Look at that. So, but you can see, look, there's the little angled edge right there. Just the one edge. Now I understand. So why wouldn't it be more than one edge? That edge is straight. That edge is straight. That edge is maybe off a hair. But why wouldn't it be more than one edge? Yeah, that's what happened. That was, I think you got it right on there, Cosbricks. You saw on the last one as it was coming around, it sagged. It did, because I think 3 cuts would have been. I think 2 cuts would have been perfect. I think 2 cuts would have been perfect. Yeah, you'd think opposite sides would be off, because the one side that is curved a bit, the opposite side is straight. Actually, maybe the opposite side's off a little bit the opposite way. Oh, which would make sense. But no, it wouldn't make sense. It should be off the same amount. It should be the same amount. Add the tab so it doesn't fall. On acrylic, I'm not sure. But I think that's just because it didn't need that third pass. I don't think it needed the third pass. I'm missing you, Collie. Sorry. Let me go back and see what you did say. Does it need a honeycomb bed? You'll get some flashback on a honeycomb bed, but I actually want to get a honeycomb bed for this and try it, but I just don't have one. It needs a 200 by 300 honeycomb bed. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to try. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to do a quick design. We'll try one of them keychains again, or a key ring. There we go. Why is there no support? Well, it's because it's cutting straight through. I suppose I could. I don't have anything to support, but you want it up a little bit because you want that airflow underneath. Although with the backing on it, maybe I don't need the airflow. Okay, let's try this then, folks. Let's go ahead. I mean, I'm all about experimenting. Let's take this out. Because we got the backing underneath, you may not get the flashback that you would get on a honeycomb normally. We'll take that out. Let's go ahead and put this in. Okay? And then we're not going to fall through. And then we'll put this in. Let's just go ahead and cut it like this and see what happens. Why not? Home. And if this works, then I'll cut a keychain. And we're going to frame it. Okay, let's cut that piece out right there. Or add holding tabs to the cutout. See, but with holding tabs on acrylic, you know, do you want holding tabs on acrylic? Wood I can see, but do we want holding tabs on acrylic? Let's give this a shot. Okay, and I'm going to lower that to 2 passes. We'll go okay, and let's go ahead and try it. Let's see what happens with nothing underneath to catch it, and this is not going to fall out at all. One, 2 micro tabs, I guess so. And there's 2 passes. Think about it though, if that one edge angles, why would the opposite edge not angle at the exact same angle? $53 watching, only 20. Dan the man, how are you, sir? Good to see you here, man. Yeah, 25 likes, whatever. Likes are overrated, right? Come on. That's okay. That's okay. I don't count the likes. I just count what I like. Okay, let's go ahead and cut back to this. Okay, we'll lift it out and let's just see. It did cut through. Okay, it cut through. With no support. We still have that angled edge. The edges themselves are a little shinier. So it cut a little cleaner by going less passes. I don't know if you, here, let me get the first one that we did. And you can definitely see a difference in the clarity on the edges. Really hard to see. You can see a difference in the clarity on the edges with less passes, with 2 passes. Okay? But you can still see that angle. I think if that is an alignment problem with the last mirror with the beam needing to be centered, that means I'm going to have to move the tube. So there's slightly bit on the opposite edge, but not as much as on the one edge. So, anyways, okay, let's peel this off with no support. So maybe we don't need the support there. So it's not the fact that it's dropping out that's causing that angled edge. Definitely not. And let's peel this here. Come on. There we go. That's nice and clear. That's nice. So we know we can cut through 4.5mm acrylic. So let's go ahead and make a practical print of this 4.5mm acrylic. Let's do another little keychain. Samcraft, that's a good idea. I could talk to him. I'm sure he would. I've never actually communicated with him, but I'm sure he may have an idea. But yeah, definitely going less passes makes these edges much cleaner finish edges with less passes. So there's the trick. So I could actually I could power it up a little bit more, but that cut perfectly at that. So we were at 75 and 10 with 2 passes. How did you rule out sag as the cause? Because Big Bad Joe, if you look right there, we didn't let it sag. We put the acrylic flat on there and cut it. And for those that asked, does it mark the metal underneath it? It did. It's a little sticky. It marked the metal a little bit, but I'm sure that could be washed off. Let's just see. Yeah, I think you can just wash that off. Yeah. It leaves a little bit of residue, probably from the glue that's on the back of the liner sheet, right? But yeah, that's fine. That's easy that way. Okay. That is how we know. Hey, Petty Ruxpin, how are you, sir? Okay, let's go here and do a quick little design of a keychain. I have a keychain in mind I want to do, so let's just type the name out first. He will appreciate this, I think, because he collects keychains. We'll make Ethan a keychain. Ethan, you're a keychain. Poof. Okay, so we're going to select that. We're going to outline it. I think we're going to give it a 3mm. No, we're going to give it a 4mm outline. We don't want that thing in the middle, which is fine. Let's just say okay. Let's zoom in on this a bit. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. So we'll select that. We will go ahead and I believe if I right mouse click, I can ungroup. That'll let me select that inner piece. I don't really want to have that cut out, so we'll do that. We'll draw ourselves a little circle for the keyhole, for the key ring thing. Don't need to be too big on this, something like that. Bring it in a little closer. We'll do an outline of that. Just make sure it's, oh, we don't need an outline that big. 3, 2, even that much right there is fine because this is thick acrylic. We'll go okay. We'll select those. Oops, I keep forgetting I got to hit escape so I can select those. We'll move them in a little closer. About, probably right about there is fine. And we'll select these two. We'll meld them together. There we go. We'll take the Ethan name. Whoops. Is there any smell or smoke? Nothing. Nothing. Add them to the material library. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm not used to using Lightburn. I keep forgetting we have a material library, but I will now. So we're going to change this to orange. That's our fill. We'll drag our fill. We were doing at 20 at 100. We're going to keep that there for our fill. Nothing has changed on that. We need to drag the layer down, so we do the fill first, then line first. Now to add to the material library, material library, create new from layer. So if I have my cut layer here, create new, media name, material name, clear cast acrylic, 4.5 millimeter. Oh, I do this right up here. Okay, 4.5 millimeter, 0.5. Description: cut, clear, cast, acrylic, 4.5 millimeter with liner. CCA 4. I will not know what that means when I go to read it. That will confuse me. So now I say, okay, there we go. Clear cast acrylic, 4.5 millimeter. Okay, cool. Okay, and then I can select my orange layer, create from layer, clear cast acrylic. Oh, this should be called engrave. Oh no, yeah, clear cast acrylic. How can I do a sub layer? Oh, I guess, no. Engrave. For no thickness because it's being engraved. Right. Engrave. Okay, so you're wanting me to go engrave CCA 4.5, like that. Okay. Because I've already said clear cast acrylic up here. Okay, so that's cool. So now when I want to use that material, all I do is come in and, so this one I should edit. I go here, can I double click that and edit it? No. Clear cast. Did I say cast? I did not. How do I edit that? Load, save, new, merge, save as. I'll just have to remember it's a cut because I said cut down there. But if I'm looking at it at the top level, that's fine. Okay, so there's our Ethan tag. Okay, now we got to invert it. Okay, so we're going to mirror that like that. Now let's go ahead and get on the machine. Let's cut to that and cut to this. Let's put our thick acrylic. Now it doesn't matter where I put it now because I'm not worried about hitting an opening because we're just going to not let it drop. So now let's go ahead and home. Let's go home. Okay, how do I get back to that? Console, no, move. Where'd all my, oh, so, because I need to go to my laser tab. See, I told you, I was confused. I was in this screen here and I thought, where is my tab to move everything down here? I got to go back to laser. And apparently I can also get an art library in here too, right? So that'll be cool. Did I say crast? I did not say crast. Hang on, John says, make the first field the same. And then the group by cut and engrave. Okay, I'll change that. I got to learn that. I got to learn all that yet. So for now, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's go back to laser. Let's home it. We're going to go back to this. We're going to home the laser. We're going to frame it. So I think I'm going to move that up further so we don't use so much space up. Okay, let's go like this. Let's move it. Oops. Oh, come on, Tim. First time using a mouse. And we'll move it up and over. Let's frame this and see where we're at. Okay, I think I can just go to the very top then. Okay, so we're going to go to the top and over to the side. We're going to frame in the top corner. There we go. Now, so we'll just move that material over slightly. We're good. We'll close. Let's get to the inner camera. There we go. That's the camera I like. You remove the fan that came with the Omtech before adding it. and exhausting out the window. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, John. Have a good night. Hang on, where are we here? Uh, have a good night, John. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe in a later test, try cutting a small square frame in other parts of the sheet. Ah, to see if the angle moves. Poke myself in the eye. I was gonna say, good point. Told you this is a comedy show. Yeah, I took the fan out of here, took the little duct out of there, and it's sucking out good. So that it just doesn't sound. That's things that sound nasty, but are. Okay, let's get back inside. Let's go ahead and cut out the Ethan name tag. Let's make sure I have all my settings correct here first. So we have our fill 2010, and then our 75 and 10 at 2 passes, and our fill at 20% and 100 speed. Let's go ahead and cut away and engrave away. Here we go. Now this will be interesting, keeping in mind we're engraving through a plastic protective sheet as opposed to a paper protective sheet. Hey Kenneth Davis, howdy ho. Man, that view turns out good, because I'll show you what else I can do while it's working. Maybe I can. Ah, I can zoom it in. Haha. And I can even move it, I think. Let's just see. Cool. And we are going, and let's see, it shows another minute and 27 seconds left. I kind of like that camera view. Could be a little brighter. That's the other thing I would do, is I would put another set of LEDs in this laser at the front, because the LED at the back, when the gantry moves, it blocks the light. Now, I don't know if I can adjust that exposure in the camera. Let's just see. Whiteboard. No, I don't want any of that. None of that. More. Let's see. Autofocus. HDR is on. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, we're cutting anyways. No sense messing with the camera. Oh, hang on. Brightness. Ah, nah. Oh, turn the camera brightness down. You can really see the action happening. We are done. We are done like cooked dinner. Okay, we'll just let that air out a little bit. Let that exhaust fan do its bit. And let's see what we get. Then maybe we'll do a little bit of an experiment like, oh, what time am I planning to draw? Pretty soon here, Big Bad Joe. We're at 6:30. I'll be doing the draw within the next 5-10 minutes. And I'm going to try what Tuxedo said. We'll cut a little square out of a different part of it and see if we have that same angle thing. Okay, so we'll do the draw shortly here. And there we go. Okay, let's open this up. Let's go ahead and see if this is going to pop out nicely. And it didn't. Ah, I know why. No, we didn't quite cut through that time. We're not popping. No, it's not popping out. So I need to increase the. Oh, there, it popped out. I would probably need to increase that just a little bit more. It just popped out or it was stuck because of the angle. Okay. Did that do what I think it did? No, it didn't. Not quite. Didn't quite draw blood. Didn't quite draw blood. Okay. So here is the finished piece. I'll show you before we peel it. Here is the finished piece. Again, hard to see because the paper's on it. It did finish cutting. It just wasn't popping out. Oh, there we go. Now, I think, let's just peel the back paper off and see what happens. And I'm trying to see where that angle is. The angle is on the end here. So at least this way we'll be able to tell exactly what's happening with that. Now, let's just see. Yucks. Yucks. Okay. This seems to be... hang on, if I can get an edge here. There we go, there we go. Now, what seems to have happened here, okay. So, yeah, so what looks like happened here, it's hard to tell. I think some of the plastic has melted in to the lettering. We can get the middle of that's on the back side there. So it's not perfectly clean lettering. I think the plastic has melted into the lettering. So I think what I would do in future is I would peel that off, peel the side that I'm going to engrave off and put that paper mask on it. But from that side it looks good, but you can see the text isn't clean and I think the plastic has melted into it. So, yeah. But otherwise, it's perfectly crystal clear. The edges are nice and clean, except again, there's that angle. Now, melted in the lettering instead of vaporizing, yes. Yeah, the plastic's, but it's still plastic is plastic. And I think either side is going to do the same thing. But I would do it. And now the middle of that thing didn't pop out. Let's see. Do I have anything I can pop? Well, this is going to be dangerous. These are pointy. Oh, I just broke it off. Okay, so I'd have to make that a little thicker. But I think I got to go up a little bit in heat. Or actually a little slower in speed for the cut. So we'll try that. We're going to try that once more. We're going to put it in a different position on the laser. We'll put it on the opposite side of the laser, see if we still get that angle cut, and we will mask it with paper instead. So let's try that, but I'm going to make that a little stronger. So let's grab this. Okay. We're going to peel this clear side off. Paper basking to plastic, yes, so we'll peel this clear side off. That's that clear plastic, and it's a thicker plastic too, right? That's pretty strong. And the white one is just as thick. Now we'll take our mask. There's my mask. Oh, sorry, that's so bad. Okay, and I'm gonna mask this whole portion over here. Okay, right about there. Right about here. Here we go. We'll mask this portion off. Whoop. Middle out. There we go. There we go. Get rid of the bubbles. Okay. We'll throw this in. We've been going on this side. We'll go to the opposite side now and see what happens as far as that angled cutting goes. So first thing I'm going to do though is we're going to go into the software, and I'm going to, actually that's not that bad actually, it's not really that tight. I'm just going to do it right now as it is, but I'm going to take my cut, and rather than increase the temperature, I'm just going to slow that down to from 10 to 8 millimeters a second. There we go. Okay, we're going to move this over to the opposite side, so we'll see if we have that same angle problem. We're going to home the laser. Okay, let's frame it. We'll do the draw right after this cut. Okay. Okay, so we're on the opposite side. We're about as far, actually I can go a little bit further down. Let's frame this now. So we're going to pull the material back this way. Because yeah, I've been lasering on the same area. There we go. So laser right there in that area. Now you just won't be able to, the thing with that is you won't be able to see it obviously on this camera. Well, you might be able to. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and hit start. And the engraving was fine, and we'll just go ahead like this. Yeah, you won't be able to see much because obviously where my camera placement is, unless, aha, let's see. Can I? Let's see if I move the camera. There we go. Look at that. You can see it. Turn it left. Exactly. That's cool. Maybe I want to keep that camera in there because I can actually maneuver that camera to look wherever I want. Yeah. Okay, so this should eliminate the issue with the plastic melting into the engraving. And yeah, we'll see. And then just slowing that cut down just a little bit so I don't have to jam my finger when I poke it out. Yeah, the camera's focusing on a little different area there, but that's okay. We can forgive it because it's, let's see if I can, and if I lower it a little bit, maybe I can get it to focus a little bit better. Not so much on that top rail. Maybe right there. I don't know, yeah. Autofocus camera, it's kind of tough. But yeah, you get a good view of that drag chain running along. And it's the angle that the gantry isn't casting a shadow on the workpiece. Yes, exactly. Turn off the enclosure light. I don't know how without turning the machine off. But it would look good. Turn off the enclosure light. Let's open, no. Here we go, now we're cutting. Okay. Overscan. Oh, good idea. Yes. There's pass number 1. And here goes pass number 2. Okay, we're going to do the draw as soon as this one's done, guys. If you haven't entered yet, it's pinned at the top of the chat or it's in the description. Go ahead and enter to win some Polymaker Filament, you guys. This channel we are partners with Polymaker, and this video is also sponsored by Polymaker and by Monport. Discounts and purchasing links in the description of the video if you guys are ever interested in this. There we go. See, now it focused. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so let's cut to the other camera. Let's open her up and let's see what we get. Oh yeah, it popped out. Look at that. Didn't even have to do anything. Came out nice and clean. Okay, so came out nice and clean right there. Let's go. Let's switch her over here. Here I am. And let's take an initial look. Oh yeah, we have the angle. Now let's see. Is it the same angle? Aha. Let's just see. I'm just going to have a quick peek. So this one was this, and this one was this. It is the exact same angle. So you can basically, and it's coming from this side, okay, it's coming from the right side, or the left side if you're looking at it right on. I'm looking at the backwards. So it's coming from the left side of the x-axis. So it's the y cut that is, yeah, winning filament while laser cutting. Of course, we still do 3D, but we're in a laser phase right now. Okay, so let's get to this other camera, and you can see the two pieces, the first one and this one, the angles, it's cutting that same, this is really hard to see with acrylic, but it's cutting that same angle there on that one side. So let's go ahead and peel. This one with the paper, it should peel a lot easier. And it should be much cleaner text. Again, grow your nails. There we go. And oh, that little middle piece didn't quite fall out. There we go. That middle piece just fell out. Okay, the paper peeled off real easy. And then we'll peel off the plastic on the plastic coating on the back. Okay, much cleaner, much cleaner text. It's backwards, but you can already see the difference in the text. So definitely when you have acrylic with a plastic liner, peel it off and put a masking paper on it. And there we go. There's the A off of there. So there it is from the back side, and if we turn it around, there it is from the front side. Looks really good. Now, okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from this angle, but it seems like the whole thing is skewed. Like it's all skewed this way. It's weird. I mean, I'm very happy with the way this thing is engraving and cutting acrylic, the clear acrylic. It's doing excellent, but it's the skew that's got me bothered. So I gotta have to figure what's going on with that. But otherwise, that looks great. That looks really good. So I need to figure that out, what's going on. Now, if it's the laser alignment, it will. But yeah, it's almost like the whole thing is just skewed to the right when you look at it like this. Now, the other one wasn't as bad. Okay, so this was further over on the right side of the laser, so it may just have to do with that tube alignment. I'm just trying to see. It's minimal. It's like a 64th of an inch. The indentation on the right does have the same angle. It is the same angle. Exactly the same angle with moving it. Now, is this strong enough here? Or is that going to break easy? Oh, that's pretty strong on that one. Yeah, that's really good. I would make that loop a little bit bigger though in the future. Print a square and check it. I will. Could be the head aligned. Yeah, yes and no, but there's no real way to align on the head. And if it was the head aligned, I would have the same angle here and on this side on the y-axis if it was the head alignment. So I'm not complaining. That is a nice product as it is. That is a nice product as it is. Most people are not going to look at it and say, oh, it's skewed. You can see right there. You can see the skew in it right there from the cuts. If I level that out, hang on, if I level that out, there you can see the skew right there. That's the angle we're skewed at. right? But other than that, it's a great looking product. I would make this loop a little thicker, as I said. But really, other than that, it is really, really good looking. Bed alignment. Hey, possibly bed alignment, yeah. Actually, I never checked. You know what? Let's do the draw, and after we do the draw, we're gonna get a level out, and we're gonna check something. Let's just leave everything running here. Actually, I can turn my fan off, my exhaust fan for now, and I can turn the the cooler off, my chiller. There we go. A little quieter. Oh, and just FYI, the chiller has not reached temperature above. The water in the tube has not gone above 20.5 degrees Celsius. So that chiller is doing its job, keeping that water cool. I don't, but if the beam, we'll talk about it after we do the draw. We're going to go close the draw, we're going to do the enter, and then we'll talk about the beam and that. Seemed to increase the angle as you move farther away. No, it was, oh, on the squared side, it moved the angle a little bit. On the one side that's an angle, the angle is exactly the same. Long as the gantry is parallel to the bed. That's true. Both can be off level. That's true. We'll check that. So, but first of all, we do have a draw to do because there's some people waiting for the draw. I know, and I appreciate the patience of the people waiting for the draw. And there we go. I'm going to close the form. And the form is officially closed. And we're going to go ahead and get the names of the people, and we're going to spin for some Polymaker. We will get back to 3D printing, I promise. I have projects lined up. Okay. Oh, let's turn this off for now. That high pitch, you guys can't hear it because of the noise cancellation of the mic, but the high pitch sound from that is the air pump. It's extremely annoyingly loud, that air pump. Okay, we're gonna download the names, Excel spreadsheet download, set head height on the left, and then check the head height on the right. Yeah, I gotta do that. Another CG. You feel the spin, do you? With acrylic, you'll get refraction through it. Through the laser is slight angle, which may be exaggerated. It would be interesting to try again with the same object to see if it's still skewed. Try wood. Ah, hey, that's a good idea. Although the wood was coming out skewed as well. Yeah, a lot of good ideas, guys. You could hear the high pitch, yeah. That's the air pump on that. It's a tiny, tiny. I'll have to show you afterwards. It's a tiny air pump. Okay. We got the spreadsheet downloaded. We're just going to go ahead and get this draw done. Then we'll have a look at a few other things so that the people that are just here waiting for the draw, because they got to go to sleep, which I completely understand, can get themselves to bed. So we're going to open this up. July 27th. Where has the summer gone? Oh, it's crazy. Okay, we are going to highlight YouTube names. Looks like we have 44 entries. We're going to copy, and we're going to open the wheel. And here is the wheel, and we'll switch over so you guys can see it. We are going to paste into the wheel. So hot outside. Ah. Yeah. Okay, let's paste all the names in here. Okie doke. So here's all the entries. I'm going to spin, spin, spin. I'm going to shuffle because we have 44 entries. I'm going to shuffle 44 times. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 44 times. Good luck. Good luck. And the winner is. Who wants to win? Who wants to win? It looks like HVAC A to Z Sergio. Sergio, congratulations. Are you in chat, Sergio? I'm sure you are, but you got to say something. Congratulations, Sergio. Okay, let's see if Sergio says something. Boom, boom. We usually give a 90-second timer because there is sometimes some delay on the stream. So we are at 6:48. As soon as this hits 6:50, we will go. Come on, Sergio. HVAC A to Z. Sergio, say something. Do-do-boo-boo-boo. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Did Sergio go to bed? He did not go to bed. Come on. Come on. Almost you again, I know. Almost. Almost, almost. Sergio, you got about another minute. Spin again for a keychain. Ooh. You guys want me to make you a keychain, do you? Even if it's got a little angle on it? Sergio taggable. He might have gone to bed. He might have left. He might be watching something else. Well, we got about another 40 seconds and we're going to have to spin again. The angle is what gives it its charm. Oh, good one. Yeah. Yeah. A maker chip keychain out of clear acrylic. The thick acrylic is nice too. I love that 4.5 millimeter. It's really good. Okay, Sergio, we got another about 15 seconds and we're gonna have to spin again. I'm so sorry, Sergio. You're always on my stream, but the rules are the rules. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't like doing that, but I have to. The rules are the rules. Okay, we're going to shuffle again. Somebody give me a number between 1 and 6. First one to pull a number between 1 and 6, we're going to shuffle that many times. First one. Oh, that was fast. They all came up so fast. But Tuxedo said 1. Okay, 1 shuffle, then we're going to spin. 1 and spin. Good luck to the new winner. Good luck to the new winner. And it is going to be, looks like the Ranch Kid. Ranch Kid, are you on stream, Ranch Kid? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Ranch Kid, are you on stream? Congratulations if you're here. If you're not here, wah, wah. There you go, Ranch Kid. Yay! Congratulations, Ranch Kid. He is here right there. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm glad you stopped there. I'm glad you stopped there. Oh, switch cameras. Congratulations, Ranch Kid. I will be firing you off an email tomorrow with a code and a link to claim your prize. Kilroy, I will get that taken care of tomorrow as well. We're going to work on that. You will either get an answer or a new code that you can try, but I want to find out what's going on with that, so we will take care of that for sure. Congratulations, Ranch Kid. Well done. Well done. Am I even up there? Were you up there? Here, let's look. Zybertech, were you on the wheel? Of course you were on the wheel. Everybody was on the wheel. If you entered, you were on the wheel. You are right there, Zybertech. Hang on. Zybertech, you are upside down right now, but you're right there. Right there. I could be cruel and spin it again and see who would win, but I would not do that. Or should I spin it for a clear acrylic keychain with your name on it? I don't know. Does anybody really want a keychain? I got to get rid of that Ranch Kid comment. How do I, where? Oh, there we go. Hide. Nobody wants to win a keychain, do they? Spin for a keychain? You really want me to spin for a keychain? Okay, Ranch Kid won filament, so we will eliminate him. Spin. Okay, somebody won. Oh, okay, and that means I got to mail a keychain. Blah blah. Okay, we'll spin. We'll spin for a keychain. Let's spin for a keychain. I'll make you guys, whoever wins, I'll make a 4.5 millimeter keychain. I'll make sure that it is a little bit of a thicker ring on this than this. I will leave the paper on it so you can peel it off when you get it so that there's no damage during shipping. Okay, you want to win so you can send it to a friend in Canada. There you go. Put a Porsche key on the end. Oh, you guys. Okay, another GC. We no. So we know that Sergio's not here. We know that the Ranch Kid won some filament, so we will leave them off the wheel. Sorry, Ranch Kid, but maybe next time we will. And maybe, hey, that's a good idea. We'll do some spins for something like that. So let's go back to the display. I'm going to randomly shuffle this thing and just talk about this. So whoever wins this, you'll win an acrylic keychain similar to what we have made here. Okay, except with whatever name you want on it. What'll happen is I will email you and I will just get some information from what you want on the keychain and where you want it sent. Hopefully not too far. That's going to cost an arm and a leg in postage, but we'll see. And we're going to shuffle now. And this is for a keychain. Let's do it. This would be fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. For an acrylic keychain made out of 4.5 millimeter clear acrylic, the winner is... Oh, is it? It looks like Tin Talon. Tin Talon, are you on stream and do you want a keychain? Tin Talon. Again, 90-second rule. 90-second rule. Tin Talon. Shipping to Europe, Belgium. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, possibly. Then don't send the car. Make a mystery. Is it there? Tin Talon, are you on stream? You have won a 4.5 millimeter thick clear acrylic keychain of your choice. Tin Talon. Another 60 seconds. And then we will redraw for the keychain. And then we're going to be close to the end of the stream. I might not be able to do the experiments we want to do, but that's okay. It gives us more stuff to do next week. But this was fun, playing with a clear acrylic tonight. I love this. Come on, Tin Talon. Looks like about another 40 seconds. 39, 38. These are long seconds. 37, 36. Is he taggable? He may not be on stream. Okay, we're going to do it raw. Another 15, 15, 14, 13, 12. Bones. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, let's redraw, remove, and I'm going to spin again 7 times because that's my lucky number. Off by 5 names. Well, let's shuffle 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and spin again for a keychain. For a keychain. Let's see. Do 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 do. Oh, it's close. It looks like it's going to be Brent Ferguson. Brent, are you here? I know you're here. Brent Ferguson, a keychain. Are you here, Brent Ferguson? You know the rules. Like all us fools. Oh, Brent wants a Porsche on the keychain. Hang on, I think we got to respin. I think we got to respin. He wants a Porsche. I don't know if I'm going to do a Porsche, but he wants a Porsche. Oh yeah, you'll get your Porsche all right. You'll get your Porsche all right, Brent. Congratulations, Brent. I will email you tomorrow, and you can send me the information you would like on the keychain and where it's going to go to. But please don't make it Brent Ferguson Esquire, the third king of blah blah. You don't want a keychain this long. He wants a Porsche key. I can put Porsche on the keychain. Hey, why not? So that's a good idea. Maybe we make this a weekly thing. I have enough material here to cut a bunch of keychains, so maybe we make this a regular thing. But the postage can add up, so we'll think about it. But hey, tonight that was a great idea. Awesome. Congratulations, Brent. Yes, I will even spell your name right or spell whatever name right you put it on. The keychain in the shape of a key. Hey, that's Wiki Central. That would work too. Keychain in the shape of a key. You know what? This is, it's the whole thing. You always look at these things and you think of it from a business aspect point of view. Is, you know, who would like a keychain in the shape of a key would be a realtor. Imagine having a really nice keychain with their name or phone number on it in the shape of a key to hand a new homeowner It's a really classy looking item to hand a new homeowner a key on. Except when you drop it like that and it falls on the floor, and who knows if I broke the thing off of it. So, or a warden, a warden. That's not a keychain, that's a shoehorn. How much to ship to 28742? Not sure. If you are interested though, if you do want to, I have no idea what I would charge for something like this, honestly. But if you do want me to make you something, and I've had a couple requests for that, not a problem. You guys know how to get a hold of me. DeWitt3dcanada@gmail.com. Period. DeWitt3dcanada@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. And if you want me to make you something and you want to know how much shipping is, I can easily figure that out. Easily calculate that, no problem. I'll put that in the chat just so you know, in case you want to write it down or screen share it or screen capture it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there's the email if you're interested. But for the winner, I will contact you. For the winners tomorrow, you'll be contacted. And yeah, so I do want to, what I'm wanting to do, a few things. I was going to try another different material here tonight with you guys, but we ran out of time. This is that multi-layer material where we can, you etch the black and you get white lettering in behind. You etch the silver, brushed silver, you get black lettering in behind. This would not cut, which is interesting. This would not cut on my S1 diode laser. Apparently you can, but I'm going to have to figure that out. But that will definitely cut on the CO2. So, good night, Tintalon. Good night. We are wrapping it up. It is 6:59. It is perfect. I want to congratulate the winners tonight. So the Ranch Kid for the Polymaker win, and Brent. Was it Brent that won? Yeah, I forget who won. Who won the keychain? Was it Brent? I forgot who won the keychain. Anyways, or the Porsche or whatever they want. You guys all have a good week. And I will be back next week. We'll have some more fun with this. Maybe we'll get some 3D printing going next week as well. I do have a few projects I want to get going on that as well. So I would like a lasered maker coin of yours to add to your collection. Oh, Zybertech. Hey, that's a good idea. I should come up with a maker coin. Actually, with my new logo, that would make a really nice lasered maker coin, wouldn't it? I could even do the little jagged edge type coin edges, but we'll give that some thought and consideration. And if and when I do it, well, not if, when I do it, I'll definitely keep you in mind. Remind me or email me to remind me that you want one. Okay, it can happen. So everybody have a great night. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you all. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribes. Thanks for the super chat. You guys rock. Update your station identification. Update my station identification. I don't know what that means. So on that note, I'm leaving. Good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.